Everybody, today we're making a little chuck roast here, and I thought I'd share my little recipe. I do it a little bit different maybe than some people do, but here's what we do. I got a nice thick chuck roast, and I'm going to take some kosher salt. Now, you want to salt this roast quite a bit because, not because you want a flavor of salt, but what you want to do is this salt brings out the flavor of the beef. So it's good to salt it up pretty good when you're doing a roast, even a steak or anything like that. Put quite a bit of salt on it, like that. And then here's going to be some cracked pepper. Put that on there. Give it a little pat. Like this. Alright, we got that all prepared like that. Now, I got a little bit of oil. I'm going to turn this heat up a little bit. I'm going to put some oil in this pan. A little bit of it. I also heated up some water over here. If you can see it right here. And what that is that's broth base for beef flavoring, and you can use anything you want. You can just use regular beef flavor you get at the store in liquid. You can use bouillon cubes or whatever you want, but you should have a little bit of this because it really picks up the flavor of the roast. So I got 3 cups of water in here. I'm making 3 cups of this stuff. Just like that. Stir it up a little bit. Now the oven for this roast right now is set on 275 degrees. And we're going to bake this roast for 4.5 hours. It's what you call low and slow. And that's going to make the roast really flavorful and really tender. So now, let's check this out and see if this is hot enough yet. It's getting hot here, so I'm going to start out by browning the roast. Just like that. Pat it down in there so it gets the whole surface. Just like that. And I'm going to keep on browning this. Even I'm going to tip it up on the sides and brown the sides of it all around until it's all brown. Then we'll come back. So you can stop right now. Oh, we're back. I forgot. While we're waiting on the roast to brown, I got a couple of these, what do you call them?
Celery sticks.
Oh yeah, celery sticks. Couple celery sticks, and I'm going to kind of just chop them up rough like this, just for some flavor. We get going here, and it's going to be just delicious. And then I'm going to get the onions ready, make them nice and thick. Thick slices of onions there, because 4.5 hours it's going to get real tender. A couple of onions we're going to put on there. Alright, we'll come back in just a minute. So as you can see, I'm wearing sunglasses. And the reason for that is Kimmy's smile is so big and shiny that it puts like a glare on the food when I'm cooking, so I gotta wear sunglasses. So anyway, and she's my camera lady right now. So as you can see, I've got the roast up on its edge because I've already browned this side. Now I'm going to go ahead and tilt it over, nice and brown. And I'm going to go ahead and deglaze this pan right here with this right here. 3 cups of beef broth. I'm going to turn that burner off. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this celery. Sprinkle it on the top here, let it go down the sides. Just like this. And I'll lay the onions on. Well, before I lay the onions on there, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm going to take a little bit of rosemary, about that much. I'm going to sprinkle that rosemary on that roast. And I'm going to take a little bit of thyme, just a little bit of thyme, about that much. I'm going to sprinkle it on there. Do that. Then I'm going to take a little bit of granulated garlic, not too much, because you don't want it too garlicky really, because you want to taste the beef. And so I'm putting that on there. And last but not least, a couple of bay leaves. Put them on there, just like that. Then I got my onions I'm going to lay on here. Real nice. Now we're going to be doing some carrots and onions. Carrots and potatoes on this roast. And but we're going to wait till about the last hour of cooking before we put those in, because I hate it when they're mushy. So the roast is all set to go. I'm going to put the lid on it. This is a heavy pan. Like I say, the oven's set at 275, but I got to change the grates here. Alright, 275. And we'll put that pan in there. Alright. Shoot, it'll be probably about three and a half hours. We'll be back. I'm back. Alright, here's what we're doing. We got about an hour and 15 minutes left yet. So I've peeled the carrots. I'm cutting them up. Remember, when you do a carrot, you don't want to go like this with it, because it goes flying. So what you do when you're cutting up carrots, you ride your knife on your cutting board, and you don't have that trouble. That's just one little thing here. Okay, here's another one. See, like that? And you don't have trouble with it going flying like that. Alright, so I'm going to cut these up, about that long. About like that. They're going to go like that. This one's a little bit thick, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it in half. Now we got potatoes. We're going to cut these down. I'm going to half them right here. And we're going to do them about this big. About like that. These are big potatoes. They're baking potatoes, but they also do good in a roast. So we got a lot of that. Cut this one in half. Alright, that's all set to go. Now we're going to have some whole button mushrooms we're going to put in with this. Some people may like that and some don't. We happen to like it, so I wanted to tell you though about the button mushrooms. Never rinse them off when you get them, because when you do, see, you need to get rid of this stem just like this. And when you rinse them off, you get water down in here, and the water soaks into the mushroom, which you don't want. So you just take and just wipe them off a little bit like that. That's all you do. Just like that. to get that little bit of dirt off of there. It'll cook up anyway, you know, it's nothing big. So just like that, do that. All right, then we're all set. Now I'm going to pull the roast out. It should be cooking along pretty good now. Remember, 275 we're doing it. And that's what it's looking like so far. Now we're going to add the goodies. Any way you want to add them is all fine. Just like that. Then we're going to put the mushrooms right on top. Just like that. And lid back on. Pop her back in the oven. Whoa! And in about an hour and 10 minutes now, we'll be back to plate it up. All right, we got her done. We're ready to carve the meat. So, Kimmy, get your goggles on. I'm going to do the carving. Thanks for watching.